Ukrainian president is calling on Russian President Vladimir Putin to meet and find a solution to the crisis between the two countries. Today in Germany, Vice President Kamala Harris met with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. A strong show of support with a warning against Russian invasion.
However, if Russia takes aggressive action against Ukraine, we are prepared to implement and to do that work in a unified way with our allies around the world.
Meanwhile, there's been a rise in violence in and around territory held by Russian-backed rebels. And a new sign of fears that a war could start within days. Germany and Austria told their citizens to leave Ukraine. The tension hits close to home for the 17,000 Ukrainian-Americans living in Minnesota. WCCO's Adam Duxter shares how they're showing their support for their home nation.
For Ukrainian-Americans living in Minnesota, like Luda Anastasievsky, it's almost difficult to focus.
People are worried. People can't live normal lives. It's a lot of psychological pressure. It's a lot of economical pressure.
As a Russian invasion and the threat of a war in Ukraine seems more of a reality each day, and her family back home works to come up with a plan.
It's been very hard. It's been heartbreaking to hear the news. Recently, they were telling me that they are joining the self-defense units to learn how to defend Ukraine. And there are people from very young age, from age 17, 18, all the way through the older adults.
Today, Anastasievsky and nearly 100 others stood in solidarity with Ukraine at the Minnesota State Capitol.
During violence perpetrated by Russia.
And say what's important is for U.S. citizens and lawmakers to show their support.
It's a real threat. The country is prepared for war, but it's hard to go against Russia. Peace in Ukraine will mean peace in the world.
A peace that can only be maintained, they say, if the United States backs Ukraine with defense weapons and global allyship. In the meantime, they say showing up to support in this way is what's getting them through. In St. Paul, Adam Duxter, WCCO 4 News.
Senator Amy Klobuchar left a recorded message for the demonstrators at the Capitol today as she, Vice President Harris, and others are in Germany right now to discuss the crisis in Ukraine. Stick with WCCO and CBS News for the latest on the Ukraine crisis.